Speaking of Miami, let's just start there. Why don't we just start there?
Yeah, let's get the big one out of the way.
Yeah. Do the Heat have a prayer against Milwaukee? They beat them before in the playoffs.
Yeah, very different Miami side though. And to be honest, it was a different Milwaukee side. This was a pre-championship Bucks.
We thought Bud might have gotten fired after that.
He came very close. If they didn't win that championship, I dare say Bud's out the door. But now he's got a ring. He's a made man. Look, there's only two things that can realistically swing this even slightly in Miami's favor, and that is that Chris Middleton, outside of the freak things like someone going down with a rolled ankle, but if Chris Middleton if he's not his usual self, that can slow Milwaukee's offense down. And the other thing is Bam simply cannot be as bad on offense as he has been in these playing games.
I wanted to talk about him.
1 of 9 today against, noted defensive stopper Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah.
Far out. I reckon I could go 1 of 9 against Vuce. And I'm 6 foot tall and in my mid-40s.
The rest of Miami's offense isn't good enough for him to go 1 of 9.
No, it's not. And this was a game where, the Struce Goose got loose.
Yeah.
But it's, that's beating Chicago. To do that against Milwaukee even once, to pick one game against Milwaukee, they're going to need Bam to be all-star Bam again. Defensively, he was fine. He always is. But, man, offensively, he just sucked in both of these playing games.
Yeah. How about Milwaukee? Why would you even want to play Middleton? I think I'd hold him out for the first round.
It's a tough one. I mean, you don't want to give a sucker an even break. And, Jimmy Butler always finds a new level when it comes to playoff basketball. Yeah. You just need 1 or 2 of these shooters to go off. It might not be Strus. It might be Vincent. We might see the reanimation of the corpse of Duncan Robinson. But, if someone goes off for 8 threes, then and Miami have plenty of guys who can go off for 7 or 8 threes. They might only do it once a month, but they've got the guys who can do it. You don't necessarily want to give a sucker an even break. And as much as this Miami side isn't what it was even a year ago, there is still that hashtag heat culture thing there that teams are scared of. This is one where I reckon they'll probably play Chris Middleton, but hope to get out of this in 4, at worst 5 games, and then give him a rest.
I just don't even know how to break Miami down other than the fact that they're just boring to me. Their
Great
offense
defense, terrible offense.
Yeah, their offense feels broken half the time.
Well, when I did an episode of The Point a little while ago on the prevalence of high-scoring individual games, and part of that was examining the high scoring of teams in general. And the one offense, I didn't even realize until I was researching that how bad Miami's offense was. It's 30th in the league. And at the time, and I might have my figures wrong here, and they, of course, have probably changed since, what was that, late February when I did that episode. But the difference between 30th and 29th, Miami and whoever it was the same as 29th to 21st. They just cast adrift from the rest of the league as an offense. They're horrible to watch.
It's basically Jimmy Butler hero ball. Bam needs to be hot, and hopefully you're looking for a Tyler Hero spark. Other than that, I don't know what they bring to the table.
No, they don't. There's so much streakiness, and it really does resemble a lot of 1990s ball as well. This is where Tyler Hero is actually, as much as he annoys me to watch him play offense, where it is, it's nominative determinism at his best, Hero playing hero ball. But it is, it really is. Sorry?
It's almost necessary for this team.
Well, that's the thing. He has to. He's the stylistic outlier for that team. The rest of the team, outside of these one-dimensional shooters, is just so stuck in 1996. And, that's entertaining tight ball if there's another 1996 team and it's a tight game. But when you're playing against teams that look like it's honestly, it's like 2 different sports.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Let me hear a prediction. I'm going to go Milwaukee in 5. We'll give a respect card to Miami.
I honestly think it'll be Milwaukee in a sweep.
Okay.
Unless something goes really, really wrong for the Bucks, I can't see the Heat winning a game. They might get lucky. Like I'm saying a sweep. Mostly, if you'd said a sweep, I probably would have said 5. But yeah, I struggle to see Miami pulling anything.
I know this team went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, but based on the way they've played this year, I just don't know how anybody can really look at this Heat team and be like, "Oh, they're serious. They might give them a run." I just don't see it.
Look, they can flip a switch, but honestly, I think this version of the Heat flipping a switch takes them from playing team to maybe a 6th seed, a 5th seed. They're just not as good as they were.
And they didn't get better this offseason.
No, not at all. Not at all. They're still relying on that that ability to mine diamonds in the rough. And, the law of averages says that's going to stop eventually. And I think we're starting to see that now.
Yeah.